praise and give him all my praises, cause he died for you and me.
Bringing awareness to domestic violence.
And that's why I keep praising him, cause he's so amazing.
All right, y'all. I feel like running to get my Santa hat. Hey, Monica. How you doing? I feel like getting my Santa hat because I don't know about y'all. This has been a rough year. And I just feel like celebrating. I just feel like having a joyous year. Also, Monica, I miss hearing you sing, girl. For real, for real. I just feel like having some fun tonight. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I feel like. So can y'all give me about 30 seconds? Don't go nowhere. I gotta get my Santa hat because I want to be Mrs. Santa Claus tonight. So y'all give me a few seconds. Don't go nowhere. Chocolate. Chocolate. Okay. Okay. Mrs. Claus is back. Hey, Cookie. How you doing? All right. I done run up and down them stairs. And guess what? Forgot I brought the hat down with me. It was sitting on my sofa. So what's up, everybody? Tag a friend. Tell them to come on in the room. We got a couple of gift giveaways tonight. We're going to bless somebody with. My sister is coming on. She's had a rough day. I think the devil got busy with a lot of people today. But we're not going to give him any room. We're going to still enjoy tonight and have us some fun. It is the holiday season, y'all. We're going to have some fun. Can y'all still hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying out my my earpiece tonight. After we had such a rough time last week with technical difficulties. So y'all let me know if you can hear me. How y'all doing? I'm glad to see y'all. I am so glad to see y'all. So y'all come on in the room. Come on in the room. Oh boy. Hey Val. How you doing? It's my baby sis on it, y'all. Cookie Val, can y'all hear me? Shh. Go back upstairs. Take her upstairs, please. Hey, Thomasina. How y'all doing? Good. So talk to me, y'all. What's going on? Tonight, I got my sister, my friend. Love you too, Pooh Bear. She's going to come on with me tonight. She's getting some things set up at her house, and then she's going to send me a request. But in the meantime, let's just talk. Y'all listen. 2020 has been a year. I think for me, this might have been one of the most devastating years I have witnessed. I'm one of the ones that I still, through this pandemic, God has provided, and I've been able to get up every day and go to my job and still bring in my income. But there's so many people who have not been able to do that due to their company closing, the federal government being closed, and for a lot of people, it's been a rough, excuse me, year. So many of us has lost our loved ones this year due to the COVID-19 virus. I have a lot of friends, some on here right now, who are survivors of that deadly virus themselves. So this has been an unbelievably rough, tragic year. God has done some awesome things, even in the midst of this pandemic, though. God has, some people have started businesses in the midst of this pandemic. Some people have started Facebook talk shows. They have started radio talk shows. God is still showing himself in the midst of this pandemic. But for those who have, I think we've all gone through so much this year. Hi, Pastor Sonia. To those of you who I didn't speak to, hi everybody. Come on in the room. Tag a friend. I think we've all just been going through this year, even if we haven't been sick with the virus or we haven't lost a loved one due to the virus. You can't help but to feel the pain and the hurt of those who have lost their loved ones to this thing. My dad passed away in June. It wasn't due to the virus. He had a massive stroke suddenly. And for 3 weeks, while my dad laid in that hospital because of the virus, we couldn't go up there and hold his hand and sit with him. And, you know, we had to talk to him via FaceTime. I think for me, that was one of the hardest things to do because I was going to get on the highway and go down south where he was, and I couldn't go to the hospital. You know, so that was rough. You know, he passed in the hospital in Columbia with none of us there. And that was hard. That was man, that was heart-wrenching. Just knowing that for 3 weeks he was there by himself. You know, we kept calling and, you know, they would put the phone to his ear, let us say something to him or whatever, but it still wasn't the same. So this year has been rough. I think, for all of us on so many levels. And here we are. God has allowed us to to enter into the holiday season with our health and our strength, still in our right minds. And for me, I needed to do something. And I think all of you know that this platform is to bring awareness to domestic violence, and to allow people who have gone through life, where life has thrown them all kind of curveballs, whether it be life-threatening illnesses or whatever. This platform is for those people to come on, tell their testimony, tell of the goodness of God, and how God is moving in their lives now. But tonight I wanted to do something where we all could just smile and try to get enjoy this holiday season, because there's so many people that's suffering with mental illnesses. There's so many people, there are women at this moment that's being beaten in their own homes by someone who said he loved them. And I just wanted to come on tonight, and we were gonna talk about some of that stuff. But tonight, I think I want to talk about encouragement. I want to try to bring some encouraging words, and we're gonna. My sister is on right now. I'm gonna bring her in a little bit. She's gonna bless us with. She has an amazing ministry. Her voice is awesome. She's gonna bless us with some songs, and I want to give away a couple of gifts. Just be a blessing to somebody, and try to let you know that even with all that we've been through this year, even in the midst of depression, which some people are dealing with now, even in the midst of grief and loss. Like I said, some of us has lost our parents this year. In the last year, since last Christmas, we've lost parents, we've lost our loved one. This year, some people have lost their mother and their father and other family members at the same time this year due to this virus. I just want to, I know about y'all, and y'all know I'm country. I live in the DMV, but I'm from Sumter, South Carolina. I'm a country girl to my bone. So yes, I said y'all. But I don't know about y'all. But I just need to laugh, cut up. I love Christmas songs, Christmas music, and be a blessing to somebody. That's what tonight's show is about. That's what my show next Tuesday is about. We want to just enjoy, celebrate this holiday season, because somebody that was here last holiday season, like my daddy, is not here this year. Okay, I'm not crying. But there's still joy in this season, because we're here. So, my sister, Rhonda, is on. And Rhonda, you can send me an invite to add you whenever you get ready. Y'all listen, now y'all know I love to wear my gifts on my live, and somebody give me something, I love to wear it on here, right? So my coworker walks in yesterday, actually, so I opened it today with a big gift bag. And this shawl is one of the gifts that she had. Y'all see the colors and design in this thing? This is one of the gifts that she gave me, this beautiful shawl. And in that bag, she had this beautiful coffee cup and a little thing with, I think it's jelly beans in there. A beautiful card. So y'all know I love to wear my gifts. When somebody give me something, I'm wearing it live. I don't care if it match what I got on. I don't care, because people don't have to do anything to you, give you anything. So I wear. I'm on my laptop. It does not give me the icon to send a request. Um, yeah, I know, sis. And I don't see where I can send you a request. So you might have to go on your phone. I don't. I'm in where it says allow guests to. Um, I'm in there, but I don't see how I can add my calendar. We were dealing with this last week. Um, yeah, Rhonda, I don't see where I can send you an add-on request. So Rhonda's trying to get in, you guys. She's actually on her laptop. Um, if y'all know how to send an invite to me from your laptop while you're on Facebook on your laptop, let me know. Type it in the comment box. Y'all know I'm not really tech savvy that much. I mean, especially with this iPhone, child, please. I'm still learning this thing. So Rhonda, you might have to go get on your phone, honey. Hey, Linda. Hey, Anita. But back to my gifts. I try to wear my gifts, my T-shirts that people have sent me. Um, I have worn those. Um, y'all know this is like one of my favorite necklaces. This thing go with everything. So y'all might see this a lot on my videos, but this is like my favorite. It's wooden, and it. So I know y'all like my shawl. This thing is so nice and so. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Why you sitting there looking like that?
I'm eating crabs.
Oh, really? Now you know you wrong for that. I love seafood. What's up, girlie?
I'm hanging. I'm hanging. I'm hanging.
Listen, that's all you can do. As long as you
I'm
don't
hanging.
break, as long as you don't break,
As long as I don't break, for sure.
as long as you don't break, hanging is all right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
It's a
I,
part of the
I,
process, I
I'm
reckon.
part of the process, and we just got to go through it.
Yeah. No
I,
question about it.
how's that? I can't hear you.
You going in and out.
What about?
Talk.
I can hear you fine.
I can hear you now.
You
Your
going
phone
in
just
and out
kind
of
of go in.
yeah.
Yeah, you going in and out sometimes.
Okay.
Hello,
I think today
everybody.
has just been one of the. Y'all know Rhonda. She done been here before. If you from Sumter, the Sumter County area, Lake City, King Street, all up and through there, you know Rhonda McFadden. Cause this right here is a child. She get it from her mama and her grandmama. Them listen, singing folks, all up and through up in that place over there. It got something. They got something deep in their throat. I said throat.
Yeah. Okay.
That they they got something way deep down in their
Hey, Miss
throat,
Pretty
right?
Sandy.
That, um,
What's up,
Huh?
Thomasina? I was speaking to Pastor
Them some
Pearson
singing folks.
and my cousin Thomasina.
Thomasina said, "Hey, cuz."
Hey, Miss Linda. How you Anna doing?
I'm glad. I'm glad you're here, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I'm here too. So glad I'm here. In Jesus' name.
I was at work, and I let my guards down and allowed the devil to take me out of my comfort zone. I had to repent and ask God to forgive me. And got home tonight, and I got in my word, and I finally picked up this book that I purchased from Pastor Kimberly Green, Something to Pray About.
Mm.
And when she autographed
Amazon.
it to me, she said, "Rebecca, WarriorShe, thank you." Then she's got Isaiah 40 and 30. And that was enough for me. I said, "Well, Lord, I thank you."
Yes, sir.
Because it's been a trying day.
Mm-hmm. Daddy had y'all excuse
You
me now,
got
I'm hungry.
you you got Bluetooth. Put your Bluetooth. Y'all see she's sitting on eating shrimp, right? And or crabs. As much as I love seafood, she tried it. She really tried it. I remember them for my Marlboro day tearing down the church. Pastor, listen, her mama, grandma used to come to my mom in the first a choir. And for many years, we didn't know her mother name. So we called them the blind daughter from New Zion. Because they used to walk up in Salem a cappella and tear the whole church.
It ain't
All
my
we
mine ain't.
knew was, what was that, sis?
I'm trying to connect.
I'm online. Say something, because I can hear you.
You hear me through you can hear me through my phone, but not through my earpiece.
Oh, okay. All right, right, pretty good.
You hear me fine?
You
Okay.
check, yeah, you know these phones, and we rooms and stuff. We might get static in the mic today. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Pastor Sonia said your mom and them used to the Marlboro had a whole church down. Oh, Pastor Sonia said she used to work with your mom.
Really?
Sis.
Oh.
Yeah, she was your mom. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where
Mm.
Brewington Academy.
Pastor Sonia going way back, girl. She going back to OC Scott Fire Anniversary.
Ooh, I don't remember that.
Going back. My Lord. Right?
Okay,
Your
Brewington.
mom and grandma
Okay.
used to come to and tear it up like you be doing. Come to the program and just tear people up. Thing. So sis, I know you take care of your dad and
Very, very Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia said I was very young then. I was like, yeah, O.S. Scott, very young. Very young. A little gal.
did you say a little gal?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Y'all, we
Hey,
country.
Mama.
So y'all just come on in. Hey, Myra. How you doing, sis? Good to see you, girl. Y'all know we carry girls, but we got our country twang. So y'all just come on and rap. Just come on out. Sis,
Yeah, babe.
how you making it through this holiday season?
I'm making it. I've had some good days. I've had some bad days. I've had some, some hills to climb, you know. But I've learned that my good days outweigh my bad days. Therefore, I have no right to complain. I could, but I won't. My situation said I should, but I still won't, because it's not. My grandma said ain't no need complaining because everybody got a sad story. Ain't no need talking about it because I can tell you. So what is that going to do? We need to vent. We need to have somebody that we can release some of this pressure to, because pressure busts a pipe. So it's healthy to have someone that you can pour out to. Yes, prayer is necessary. We know that, but there's a purpose for each other. The Bible said we'll help us one to the other. So if I have nobody to go to, then what good are you to me, and what good am I to you? So it's good to have an outlet. You can't trust everybody. You can't, open yourself out to everybody, because that's dangerous. You put yourself in harm's way. But the spirits agree. And when you find someone that you can, like, just take your head down and just be who you are, even the broken part of you, when you can find someone that you can break off, just kind of come out, and they be able to pour back into you, that's the important thing. We open ourselves out to empty people that have nothing to pour back into you. So it's useless. Now you broken. They was broke when you went to them.
Yeah.
Now you just, now your business is out there. No, I ain't looking for that. So I'm thankful for my sisters in Christ. I'm thankful for my leader, and I'm thankful for this God for even I have male friends. Girl, I have male friends that I can, like, honey, stuff I would tell them that I haven't even told you yet, that I can confide
Wow.
to, that I can be okay with exposing a part of myself and still maintain that respect when I'm done.
And I thought I knew everything.
There's some stuff you don't know.
That's a powerful thing when you
Right.
have that one person with those set aside folk that you can go in your weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And when you need to vent, and they're not judgmental of your venting,
Right.
that is something I think we all have to have.
Yeah, it's
And
needful.
I think you and I are some of the most blessed people out, because God gave us each other. So I can tell Rhonda anything. You know what I mean? And then God also gave us a few people
Mm-hmm.
that we can just be we can just strip, just get naked and
Right.
just be who we are. Cry when we scream, through the grieving process. I've called you many times when my mom died, and my dad recently died, and you just listen.
And I call you bawling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even in the midnight hour.
Yep.
And that's that. But that's what we need.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to have that.
It's needful. It's in a time like this. It's really necessary. I mean, I told somebody, you can't. It's not to think that you don't need nobody. That's not reality. That's not real life. You need somebody.
Nah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can walk around here think I did this and ain't nobody helped me do this and rah rah. That's crazy. Then if you feel like you
Yeah.
don't need nobody, that says a lot about your level of misery, because you are miserable. You gotta be a
Yeah.
miserable individual to think I don't need nobody. Nobody.
Because we all at some point in our life need somebody. That's just reality.
Right. That's reality. And one thing about it, we got to face the fact. We have to face the fact of what it is, and not project things to what we want it to be. I'm so beyond things how I want it to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a hope. I was laying in my bed this morning. I said, God, I still have hope. I don't care what it looks like. I still hope.
Right.
I still dream. I still have even wishes that I desire. I still hope. There's a hope I have an undying hope that lies within me, that no matter no matter what I go through, no matter what I deal with, no matter how things happen, it's always, it'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. I thank God for my children. My adult kids, they are so, people that know me, I speak often on my kids, the ones in and out of church, because
Right.
they both add to my life. They add to my life. And anytime you be around people, if you can't, that's like us talking. If we can't, encourage. You said it earlier before I logged in about talking about being encouraged. We have to encourage people in this day and time, because, man, listen, folks falling. Also say so many falling by the wayside. Lord, help me to stand. That song is fitting for them. Many folks falling. The Bible says it'll be a great falling away. I see it every day. I see it every day. You got folks that was saved. They ain't want to be saved no more. They ain't want God. They ain't, God is not, he doesn't. No, I don't, listen, you do what you want to do. I believe in Jesus. I believe in calling on his name. I believe in the power of resurrection of Jesus Christ. I believe that he is the Son of God. I believe that he's a savior of the entire world. He's my savior. He's my defense. He's my, he's all that to me. That's an individual thing. So it's like you walking in the midst of all this doubt. We're living in a world where there's so much doubt. Folks don't believe. I don't care what nobody says. They don't believe. They don't believe no more. Who would have ever thought we would walk around with masks on? And it is mandatory to avoid getting a airborne disease. I said, I refuse to walk in fear. It ain't so much, what's going to happen, Well, what's going to happen is going to happen. What you going to do about it? People who ain't stepped foot out, they end up getting COVID and die. They ain't went outside. So, I mean, you can't live in fear. You either trust them or you don't. You either love him or you don't. You either go obey him or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? So that's and it's, I ain't just saying this just because it just sound right, because it sound good. I really tell myself that's my self motivation. Girl, nope, 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 you nope. Honey, why I text you about last week, that random question.
Mm-hmm. Look at. When I got that,
listen, you need to get a Zoom. Listen, let me tell you, you need to get a Zoom type, not like Patreon. It's the app Patreon where you have to, not like that, but just a Zoom where it's for all those that would have to use your meeting ID and stuff like that to get in, so you can talk about topics. Because listen, folks dealing with stuff.
But you know
folks
what? I got a Zoom.
Acting like you ain't, man, bye.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I got it already. And I was actually thinking about that after the holidays.
Yeah.
Just starting like a weekly or a monthly Zoom meeting call, and just send an invite to certain people, not everybody, because you can't hold everybody. But like you say, that we even as Christian women and men, sometimes we need advice on some things, and we need somebody who gonna be real and remember that we are human before we were Christians. And so it's some
without
conversations that take place
right.
that I may not be able to do on here because there's some young people on here. And that question that you text me last week, I think that's one of those questions that we as women, men, Christians, non-Christians need to talk about. Because I was saying that like, okay, what's she going?
For real. But you know what? People can be transparent without, because this is my thing. I'm gonna be real, but at the same time, I'm not gonna give myself an excuse to indulge into certain things. I can be honest and be like, okay, there is a level of self-control that I hold, and there are, not without having to get too far deep into it, but for somebody to be real and yet tell you, okay, hey, be transparent, blah, blah, whatever. But the word of God says you have, because you can't do one without the other. If I'm a believer, it's not like you got some folks that act like they just so, I don't want to hear no evil, see no evil. I get it. Speak no evil. That's all well and good. But baby, where do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? I shall fear no evil.
Human no more.
Period.
Right. I got Pastor Sonia on here, and when I set the Zoom meeting up, Pastor Sonia gonna be the one I'm gonna send an invite to too.
For some reason, I believe that.
Pastor Sonia gonna need to come in on the conversation with us, and we're gonna have some real grown folk talk on that Zoom meeting. Because it needs to happen. We, especially single women and men trying to live saved. Yes, we ain't gonna have this conversation here, but I'm gonna set that Zoom up on my Zoom, and I'm gonna send an invite, and we're gonna start a Zoom meeting, and we're gonna have a let's talk on Zoom. Grown folk only.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna do it. It's necessary.
It's necessary.
They don't need us playing no games. They don't need us acting like we ain't human. Let me tell you something. God created us in His image. He created us with certain certain feelings, certain desires. You know what I mean? And we sometimes as single women and men, we need to talk about some things and listen. This right here, what I've been thinking, this what I've been feeling. Come on, talk to me. What do you like? Me and you last week, the conversation.
But you know what? And that's necessary. And at the same time, it has to bring a balance. You got to bring a balance. Like I said earlier, because some folks are taking and go left with go left, but don't forget the median. Don't go too far left that we can't reach tonight. Because you don't went, hey, I ain't little, hey, come on back in. You know what I'm saying? But be able to, because it ain't just Christian women. It's unsaved women or it's worldly women. It's all, not just women, it's men too. It's a lot of topics that are very sensitive topics that folks don't like to discuss, but a part of it could very well be someone's way to Christ, because they need to know that what you're dealing with is nothing of the abnormal. You know what I'm saying? It's what you feel is not abnormal. You're not the first. You won't be the last. So don't beat yourself up because you have certain cravings for certain things. All you need to do is put it in perspective. Let's line your cravings up with what the word of God says. And then you hit your knees and ask God, in this area that I'm struggling with, by all means, give me the strength, because I know it's not in your will that I do it this way. But I'm struggling over here. God, you know me. You know me. You know me more than I know than anybody. So if I can't come to you and become naked before you, I ain't going to nobody.
Come on, because He created.
Yeah, and not to get too raunchy, but I feel like everybody on here are of age, because anybody under 18 ain't got no business on Facebook anyway. But that's another topic. I feel like even when it comes down to sex, when you okay, let me say this. all my children are born out of wedlock. I'm very familiar with sex. I'm very familiar with the spirit of fornication. I ain't the queen of it, but I'm well aware. Okay. So because
Right.
I no longer, because I chose
Come on.
to no longer indulge in and by all means, don't think because honey,
Look at
it's a
Jesus.
choice.
Oh, come on.
It's a choice. I made a conscious
It's a
decision
choice.
that I no longer want to indulge in that portion. It's a fight. It's a dating. It's a fight because
It doesn't mean that
nobody.
the feelings are no longer there or the desire is no longer there. It just means that you've made a conscious decision that you're going
To
to
abstain.
withstand.
To abstain.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
I made a
got nothing to do
decision.
with the human part still being real.
Right. I mean, one of my sisters said, look,
Pastor Sandra said on here, talk about church folk too in the pulpit too. So it's just some conversation, like you said, that I think when we go on the Zoom call, we need to have like grown human conversations.
and you might need, you know what? You might need to leave it right here. Because we grown, we know what to say. We know how to put things out there in a respectable way where no one should be in their feelings. No one, this is not, oh, that's ungodly. No, it is godly because the feelings that I have, I didn't get them on my own. They were put there. I use them. I use it out of the context. I use it out of the will of God. God didn't make me do that. I did that. I follow my own desire. What separates me from the love of God? My own desire, the lust in my flesh that I feed, that I feed. Here, you want the lust? You want this? I fed it. I fed it till it was full. Now I'm at a point where I'm regurgitating all that up. Now I'm bringing it up where, okay, God, clean me from the inside out, because what I refuse to do, I refuse to be fake. I refuse to act like, I know plenty that acting like.
Mara, if you don't get your sister, she said,
I love it. That's it. Crucify.
Monica, if you still on here, get your mama.
No,
Rhonda.
Mama, stay right there. Don't you move. Mother Karen, don't you move. You stay right there. Crucify. Exactly. Exactly.
Let me tell you something. I knew we was going to get into some conversation tonight. I said we need to be encouraging. I'm married. Get Lady Johnson off to the side. Get her.
And she right. And she right. And she sure. And I'm her. Ain't no shame. Yes, ma'am. I'm your amen corner. I'm your amen corner. That's right. Crucified.
That's right. That's my big sister, y'all. That's one of my big sisters right there. Karen Johnson. This girl got no cut cards with that tongue. You hear me?
CTC. Crucify the coochie. That's what it is. CTC.
That's the first time I ever heard crucify.
I'm writing that down.
That coochie.
I'm writing that down.
Professor Rose says she guess she on the right night. Y'all.
Besides, I wanted to be correct and still be, because of my position, I remarried. Although folks killed me, I wanted to be in the will of God. But the same ones that was killing me was remarried. They were getting on the side. Exactly. The Bible says that we know it's better to marry than to burn. I look at it like this here. I didn't change the scripture, but I look at it beyond where God, you know, people just look at, they got that trunk, they just see one way. They ain't, their peripheral is all jacked up. I see it like this here. When he says that, I feel as though, yes, it is better to marry than to burn. But you also want to be married to who he has adjoined you to. Because if you go and just marry in and everybody, you still gonna burn. You still risk the chance of going to hell. That ain't just burning in my panties that he's talking about. I feel like he's talking about burning in hell too. Because you can marry the wrong person, still sin and still mess up and still, hey Yvette. I think that might Yvette. Yeah, that might Yvette. And still mess up and still sin and still go left and still miss God. But yet still, I've seen, I don't know why, but I had this conversation with my daughter this morning. I was just going in. I don't know what projected me out. We were just talking about so many other things. But I was telling her, I said, you know, I felt like at some point in time, there was this hate or this dark cloud that was placed upon women who had children out of wedlock. And then those that were married or had their children with their husbands were made to feel more superior than the ones that didn't have it and still weren't married. But I'm saying to myself, well, hold on. Because if you was fornicating before you got married and you were still giving it up before you got married, you in the same boat as I am. Okay, so you married him. I applaud you. God bless you. But that ain't my lot. That ain't my story. So if you ain't never, if you had somebody there when you lost it, and you had somebody that to continue to satisfy those cravings, hey, I applaud you. I applaud you. I don't knock you for that. I don't judge you for that. But that ain't my lot.
That's right.
Exactly. Though that's not my lot. B.O.B. I'm write that down.
But truth be told, some of the same ones was pregnant. People didn't. Truth be told.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But I mean, I'm one of those women. I was married. I had my oldest two children. I had two after my marriage. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
It is what it is. It don't stop nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can still. Is. I know some great women of God.
This nice, good. This conversation tonight is good. Myra, make sure you keep a check on Karen here. Keep a check on my sis. Keep a check on. This conversation.
But it's
I
true.
didn't know we were going to go this, but I'm okay.
But
God,
I mean,
it's true.
It's true. It is very true, and it's needed. Folks need to know, and this is a part of encouragement as well. Folks need to know that you're not in a fight by yourself. To quit thinking. I mean, from the youngest children to the up. Now, granted, we are to set examples. We are to be first partakers. We are to set examples, you know, for our young ones. I want to be the best example for my baby, for Grayson, that I can possibly be. So a lot of changes that I've done it for her sake, because I don't ever want her to make her feel like you got to cater to, or you got to do this, because no, you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to do nothing you don't want to do. And make sure what you want to do is going to be beneficial to you, and not to be doing stuff just to be doing it. You know what I mean? So even though she's young, I think I look at Kay. I commend Kay. I tell my oldest all the time, I say, girl, you be better than me. I'm proud of you. Don't worry about what nobody else said. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. When I walked the stage, you were sitting in the audience. You were sitting in the audience. So I'm not making a big thing about birthing by children. Ain't no child come here that God ain't meant for it to come here. Even if you did it out of the will of God, if he allowed you to give birth and have that baby, you better be thankful. Thank you, Lord, that you brought me through this. I told a girl one time, I said, hey, baby, it ain't the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Just don't create. Don't eat more than you can chew. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because you can start this trend of having kids, and you'll be like, I can see me raising kids by yourself because you laid down with a dog and got up with fleas. But I'm a raisin fleas though. You know, that's another topic. See, we jump from topic to topic. Yes, ma'am.
Say nothing else until we come up, so we can go get your Boaz.
Yes, ma'am.
Karen, I am so glad you on here tonight. You
Yes,
ain't got to
ma'am.
wait till the Zoom. You can say it right now. We listen. We just gonna have some conversation tonight.
Yeah.
I said this show was gonna be about fun and encouraging people. And I think when it comes to this topic that we're talking about, like Rhonda said, people need to be encouraged to know that you ain't ungodly because you have desires and certain feelings. God created you that way. And guess what?
Right.
We are created in his image.
Facts.
We're created in his image.
Correct. Most definitely.
That's a good spot you're in right there.
Right here?
Yeah, right there. I'm not getting the freezing and the stuff. Yeah. So Karen, come on, Karen, conversation. Let's talk, baby. We're all grown folk on here. We just gonna have a conversation. It's the holiday season, and we much needed conversation. Simple. So I'm glad.
Exactly. You're right. Pastor Pearson, it shouldn't be a conversation of touche. It shouldn't be a type of conversation that folks are afraid to have, because you may not want to hear the answers that could possibly come, but I feel like you got to be prepared. I'm so grateful for the ministry that I'm in, because one of our first ladies, we're involved in this I don't know, and some may have joined, but it's called Share to Care, or Care to Share, and it's a Zoom thing, sort of like and it's just encouragement for women, and it's open to anyone, but you have to get an invite. But it's like you can talk about things, and it should be a level where you can kind of be trained. Everybody. I'm not gonna just be blunt and just open myself out to a bunch of folks. We can talk in general, but I'm not gonna just directly give specifics if I don't see the need to do so. But it's a conversation that, because we have young girls coming up in church, and you know what you went through coming up. So why would I cheat my baby and not school her on what's happening?
That's right.
Exactly. So I don't see it being such a scary topic. Like, oh no, I ain't. Y'all don't need to be talking about that. Why? First and foremost, if you married, see, folks mess up when they start running and telling their business prematurely. You talking
right,
and they ain't saying nothing. You fighting and ain't doing a beat in the air. You're not making an impact. It's just a bunch of gibberish. Anything we say should exalt and exalt the kingdom, and let folks know, like we're basically saying, you're not by yourself. Like you said, those desires, and First Lady said it, he will give you desires of your heart. Don't take it the wrong way, because if he didn't mean for you to use it, he wouldn't have given it to you. Exactly. But it's like I said earlier, it's all about perspective. We all have fought, we all have done things out of the will. But once you come into the knowledge of the truth, and you shall know the truth, and truth shall set you free. So therefore, once I know, and even after I knew, those desires felt like they were more greater than my truth. They were greater than I could handle. Like God, I mean, like I don't want to do this. Like, oh girl, listen, I heard a man say on the TV Sunday. He said it ain't so much the fact that you doing wrong and you sinning. It's the fact that, and it may sound kind of off, but I understood exactly what he said. He said it's not so much of the fact that you sin, that is just, it's the bad that you sin. Yes, all sin will be punished, but it's the fact of sinning and not feeling bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't take pride I have went to church many times and got right the night before or that darn morning. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as movement and free in the spirit as I wanted to be because I felt condemned because I just got some. I felt condemned. I was sitting still and you know I felt I didn't feel, but it was like I understand how folks can be, you know, I feel like sex is a very strong sin. That's why every sex, when I say sex, I mean intimacy, and I mean the nature of a person, sex as far as gender. I can see how folks get caught up in certain things that are not easily broken. They ain't got nothing to do with no love. I'm sorry. Because first of all, I ain't gonna say that. Because I'm finna go left, but I ain't gonna say that. But it is strong. It is very strong. And it takes Jesus. It takes Jesus as nothing that I encounter. There's no stronghold that I come against that I need Jesus to help me break it because I can't do it by myself. And I said, God, you know my desires and don't let my heart and my body be in together with this situation. Girl, that's hard.
You got some problems.
Exactly. Those soul ties are detrimental. They are detrimental.
Pastor Sonia says, just because you saved doesn't mean you exempt.
Not at all. I wish somebody think they is. I'm here to tell you ain't.
But see, church,
you a direct target.
You know what I wish? I wish a lot of church folk would stop telling people, and it's especially telling these young people who really new in the body of Christ and really trying to deal with this situation. I wish they'd stop telling them, that once they get saved, that feeling just go away, or just put it out of the back of your mind, because that's an unrealistic thing that for you to tell anybody.
Exactly. I'm glad my pastor don't say no mess like that. I'm glad.
Exactly. I mean, you can't tell these people, well, just don't think about it, or just how you gonna tell somebody not think about something God created them with?
Girl,
how you tell somebody just to turn it on?
Rebecca.
What?
Every morning I don't wake up with Jesus on my mind. That what Ty Trippett say? I don't. I wake up and be like, Lord Jesus, Father God. That's when I call him because I'm like, wait a minute. Lord. What is here? What is this here? What is here? What is this here? That's what I say. But that's me. That's me. That's me.
Listen, some nights it's a constant thing. Okay, Lord, I need you to help me now. Give me strength, Lord.
I don't hang up the phone plenty of times.
You created me. Come on.
I got 8. Listen, I was on the 8th digit and I hung up. I ain't dial a whole number. I was on the 9th digit. I said, devil, you a liar. I will not go back. I will, once God has delivered me from this thing, I won't go back this time. See, I done made vows and I went back on more than one occasion. I said, but God, this time, I ain't going back. I ain't going back for that or nobody else, because guess what? I know my worth. I know who I am. I know who I am. And I'm greater than what I'm selling them for. The devil is a liar, and he is that. So therefore, I'll come and girlfriend, listen, baby, you can do it. Yes, you can. But it's hard. Yeah, it is hard. Then you need to get with somebody who ain't going. Say it again, sis.
But that took growth.
Growth. Oh yeah.
Get to that place where even when the urges come up, or what God created us with, those feelings surfaces, it took for me, it took many years of growth,
many,
and maturity, with not only within myself but within my spiritual walk, to where now I can control the urges to where the urges don't control me.
Right.
Now, back then I used to, when that urge come up and hit hard, I'd give in to the urge.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like now I'm like, okay, now I'm not doing that. Now I know the thoughts gonna come. I know the urge is gonna come. God created me with it, but I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving myself to just anybody or to somebody who I'm not I'm not married.
And guess
It
what?
took growth. It took maturity
Right.
for me.
Right.
You can tell me all day, you know, um, don't do it, just put it out of your mind, or fornication is a sin. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that when I had my 2 babies after my marriage. I knew that. I knew that when I had sex many years after that. But that didn't stop the urge.
They ain't gonna
That
never
didn't
stop
stop
the
the
urge.
feeling.
Ain't gonna never stop the urge. Well, I mean, how
And
you
and
gonna get
and
rid of something? That's like getting rid of. I mean, you trying to erase something that he gave you, unless you're gonna be a nun and go to a.
that's a growth process. And even it's round the froze for a minute. And even when that with that growth process, the urges still ain't going away.
Nah.
The desires still ain't going nowhere. I've heard so many women say, y'all, um, they don't need a man, they got Jesus, or Jesus is their man. That's a lie from the pit of hell.
Okay.
Jesus is not.
The Bible said it's not good when he created. He's not good that man be alone. He already said that.
That's right.
He already said that. So for you to say I don't need no man, then you calling him a liar. Now. There's levels of need. Okay, I don't need a man. I don't need. You got women that feel like they gotta have it. I don't gotta
Yeah.
have. I gotta have Jesus. Now I gotta have him. It's a
Gotta have
must.
him.
It is imperative that I have Christ Jesus in my life. It is a must that I have that man in my life. Every opportunity, every breathing moment, it's a must that I have him. Okay? Okay? However,
Why be?
if he no, I feel like in his timing, I feel like anything that any what he say, whom he joined to let no man get a son. I mean, husband and wife. I ain't talking about this other extra stuff, and I ain't finna go into all that because folks know where they are. They know where they are, and I don't care how we try to justify. Oh, love is love. If you ain't loving like God say love, baby, you ain't loving. I don't care what you say.
Come,
If the
come on.
love does not reciprocate, and if the love does not exemplify, God is not the right love. It's not the right love. Exactly. She said, I've been doing, girl, I've been doing wife and stuff better than some wives I know. I'm trying to figure out, you dummy. Now that me now. I ain't calling nobody no dummy. I said me. I said, you dummy. You don't get your life. Go sit down some way. No, and that's guess what? When that came, when my eyes open, I'm like, man, that's rap. That's a rap. Oh well, so okay, well, so what? Then you need to then if that what you want, then you need to I'm gonna only do girlfriend stuff or situation stuff. That's as far as it going. It's right, Pastor. Jesus ain't sleeping with nobody. He ain't sleeping with nobody.
Nobody.
Stop that line.
Yeah,
And you could be
I don't.
married
I don't need. I don't. I, and I got Jesus. Jesus is my husband. The devil is a lie. No, he ain't. Jesus ain't your husband. And Jesus created you with them urges. Now, what you doing with them is a different story, but he created you with them. So you can stop that lie about Jesus, your husband. He ain't your man. That's some
The
foolishness.
scripture said to possess our vessels, to be able to live with self-control. The Bible speaks of self-control. You know, not catering to. If you walk in the flesh, you can fulfill the lust of your flesh. And whether you're familiar
And
with what you need or not, you'll learn.
self-control. I had to learn self-control when it came to, I'm going to say it, sex.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn how to control the sexual urges and not let sexual urges control me. And once I got a hold of that and I learned self-control and I matured in that area, I'm at a place now. Listen, when it used to bother me, nah, I'm good. Because I've learned self-control and I've matured in that. But it took a
Right.
lot of years. I'm 56 years old. When I tell you that took a lot of years. And let me tell you something. Some of me doing what I wanted to do sexually ain't had nothing to do with control. I just did what I wanted to do because that's what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I could have
Exactly.
controlled it many times, didn't
Exactly.
I? I'm just being
Exactly.
real.
And that's what it is. I mean, I ain't never made no excuses for nothing. It'd be like, well, why you did that? Because I wanted to. And I ain't mean to sound disrespectful, but I didn't see the purpose of trying to create an excuse. Well, I was with Rebecca and no, because I wanted to. Why you want to do that?
Like
Because I want to. I mean,
like I said,
why you don't
and
want to
there
do it?
are
Because I
times,
don't want to do it.
yeah, Pastor Sonia said there are times you just don't want to control it.
Yeah.
The urge comes up, you want to do what
You
you
give
want
it,
to do.
you yield. That's what I understand. You know, let me tell you something. I feel like life will teach you. Life, if you want to be taught, it'll teach you. It will
Yeah,
teach you.
well,
Yield not to temptation. I get it. I know, I
yeah,
understand that. Because once we yield to that, then we open the door to so many other things.
that's right.
We become, I got introduced to stuff that I thought I would have never done. But that's when I yield to it, and you just kind of just, now I'm free with it. Like, okay, well, But guess what? When I made it up in my mind, even then, before now, and then when I ain't felt like I ain't know why, because I don't want to. Ain't nobody gonna make me. Period. Because I want to.
That's it. That's
I
it.
don't darn it want to. God can deal with your honesty better than being fake
What's that?
and a liar. I'd rather admit I have issues than try to hide. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
That's it. It's
And
facts.
some people don't want the truth though.
This ain't the conversation I thought was gonna happen tonight, but I guess it was God had another plan. It was needed.
Well,
It was needed.
girl, I can talk about a lot of stuff, but I know this ain't my show.
But seriously, um, we're gonna have to continue this conversation on a Zoom, or I'm gonna have to do another live show, and I'm gonna have to tell them, Churn, if you under 18 years old, I need you not to come on this feed because it's wrong folks. And we're just gonna talk about some real stuff.
Right. On the
This
18, they need to be.
conversation,
You know what? For the sake of Facebook, they don't need to be on here. But some of these 13, 14 need to be on there. And they need to be taught how
Right.
to control themselves and how to keep themselves. They need to be taught that. That's why
Right
discussions like this need to be had, because it's too many people, it's too many children, literally. I ain't talking about, I had my first child when I was 17 years old. It wasn't because I wasn't taught better. I was taught better. I was taught better. I just got a feeling one day. I had like it. And I went with it. Then I was in love, at least I thought.
I was
Listen,
sheltered. My dad had me thinking until I graduated that if you kiss a man, you was gonna get pregnant. So I was 19 years old, married, in a domestic violence situation, pregnant, and I ain't know nothing about sex, none of that. I just,
girl, I was sneaking.
I was sheltered.
I was sneaking. Listen, I was with my mama 24/7. My mama let me go nowhere. I could go nowhere but my grandma's house. But we were sneaky. Anything you want to do, baby, you'll find a way to get it done. I promise you.
Oh, you gonna?
That's why I tell the kids, man, who you think you're fooling? Who you think you're fooling? Who you think you run a game on? Bye. Sit down. You wasting breath trying to run a game with me, because they ain't gonna work. Because guess what? If there was a way to get it, I'm gonna get it.
Pastor Sonia said her parents told her, if you kiss a guy, you get pregnant. Girl, let me tell you, Pastor Sonia, I was a senior in high school, getting ready to go to college. And I promise you, I used to tell a boy, if they talking about they want to, like kiss me, tongue, and all that crazy, I'm breaking up with you. Because you ain't finna get me pregnant, because I am graduating from high school in 1982. You is not finna kiss me like that and touch me and get me pregnant. And honey, I broke up. Listen, I done broke up with a couple of boys in school. So they told me they putting down somebody about my dad had me thinking that was gonna get me pregnant.
My mama ain't never tell me that lie.
No, we broke up. I ain't your girlfriend no more. I done broke up with you because you ain't finna get me pregnant. I'm graduating.
Let me tell you something.
That's how naive.
My mama ain't never tell me that. And if she had her, my grandma was gonna come back and say, quit lying to that girl. Let me tell you something. My grandma said, you sit there. Don't let nobody put that thing in between your legs. Like, ma'am. I'm like, grandma, ain't nobody gonna do that. You okay? Don't let you let nobody do that.
Girl, ain't we got that far with me.
My grandma ain't played no game.
Girl, I was going with this boy in school, and I had, I had a crush on a lot of little boys, but that's all it was, crushes, right? But I was going with this boy, and that boy came to my house and called his pepper, told me he rubbing up on somebody. Oh, I broke up with him that night. I ain't your girlfriend no more. It's over. Cause you trying to get me, so I won't graduate from high school on time, and you ain't finna get me pregnant. I broke up with him that night. I ain't your girlfriend no more. It's done. Girl, I was so dumbfounded.
Yeah, if you thought
and
that,
I was
you kind of
19 years old, 19 years old, married and pregnant. Ain't no nothing. Dumb.
I wish I ain't had no nut. I would.
Look at about a year and a half before I got married, I still thought if a boy kissed you, you gonna get pregnant. A year and a half later, I married. Girl, what kind of foolishness is that?
Right. I thank God. I thank God for my grandma and my mama. I really thank God for because my grandma was a no nonsense type woman, and she just tell you the raw deal. Ain't no shucking and jiving, ain't no dance around nut. No, quit being a liar. Quit acting like a hoe, ma'am. What is that? She didn't say that, but I'm just saying she was just that blunt. She was just that blunt. She would tell you, hey, watch yourself. You got character. They didn't say it back then, but they call it a rape. Say it again, sis.
Right.
She said, you got
my daughters got it real. They got
yeah.
it straight. It wasn't no stalk, no baby. It wasn't no none of that. This right here, what's gonna happen to you if you out there getting naked and doing certain things with these boys? Ain't no stalk bringing no baby. This how you gonna get.
Right.
Mine. Don't be saying stuff like that. No. No, we ain't finna have them kind of. We finna have the real conversations. This right here, what happened. Now, you ain't getting pregnant by no boy kissing you. I getting pregnant. So we gonna keep it real. And I do the same
Ain't
to
no
my
need.
granddaughters, and they looking at me like Nana, nothing. I knew you.
Especially when they up when they get of age. You know, when I start noticing something with my baby or with my nieces and stuff, I mean I call it out. Like, okay, come let me talk to y'all. Ma'am, I ask certain questions. I said, don't ever feel like you gotta feel if you can't talk with your mama, talk with your aunt. Grayson, you can't talk to me. You got a sister and you got an aunt. You got no, I'll get even deeper. She got a brother. Brothers that keep it 100 with her. Right now.
That's right.
So I mean,
yeah,
you okay? You'll be fine. You know, just don't ever feel like you got to sneak and do nothing. Don't do that because it can come out bad for you if you do it. Especially
just
when
you ain't sneaking.
No, you don't need doing that.
You ain't sneaking. You're gonna get caught.
Every
Listen,
time.
I knew whenever my daughters went out there and called themselves doing the walk change. The walk change, and it got a little twitch in the attitude. Oh, so you grown now? You having sex? Mine, why you because your walk changed. Don't lie, I see it. Your walk ain't the same. Yeah, you think you're grown now. They can't. This was good. This was needed conversation tonight.
I ain't mean to come and change your program.
You didn't change it. God changed it. Listen, all I said is that tonight was about encouraging somebody and having some fun and enjoying the holidays. That's all I said. So listen, this tonight was about encouraging. What it was. You didn't change it. Went exactly how I got it.
And I feel like this was very encouraging.
Absolutely.
Very encouraging. I'm
Sonia
encouraged.
said a little while ago, it's teaching somebody. This conversation with Nick. Yeah.
It's boosted my momentum. It's boosted my momentum. I say it has boosted my personal momentum as far as to hold on. Continue to, let God clean you from the inside out. Continue to work on yourself. Continue to do what it is that you know is right to do. And just stay where you are. Just stay on that path. Because one thing about it, I'm condemned in my own house. I don't have to get amongst nobody. I don't have to be around people to feel bad about nothing that I've done or something I said. And I'm thankful for that. He continues to chase me. That God continues to chastise me and let me know, hey, you was wrong for that. You shouldn't do that. I get those type of conversations in my bed. When I'm lazy about certain things. See, now you want me to do this, but look how you acting. These type of things come to me, and I'm grateful to him for it. So it's like folks need to know that it ain't the end of the world, not just yet. We close, but it ain't. Bob says, "Oh, but the end is not yet. It's not yet. We still got a few setting and rising of the sun to go, but we don't want to continue to waste valuable time." I posted something last week. I said 2020 has been a 20/20, like a 20/20 vision. And if you still clueless, you lost. The rankest of sinners ought to know there is something that's happening in the atmosphere. And we ain't talking about no global change. We ain't talking about nobody talking about no global change. You can't change the God control over that. Man give themselves too much credit when all he got to do is blink his eye and everything over with. At the snap, you got to snap his finger, because the same way he put it up, he can take it down. So I feel like in this time, then yes, by all means, let's, I see more people trying to, I want some things too. I'm still determined. I'm gonna buy me another house. I had one, I let it go, but I'm determined. I'm gonna be a homeowner again. There's some things that I desire to do. I'm not beyond being a wife. I still want those things, but in the event that I don't get it, in the event that it doesn't happen, in the event that I don't become a wife, I don't get that house, I don't get that car, I don't get that job, I don't get my seat, in the event that none of those things happen, the ultimate thing is I want to see his face. I want to see Jesus. I want to go back with him. I want to lay aside those things that are not sin, but that is weight that can lead to my sin. I want to put aside those things, all while being transparent, all while letting folks know we can do this and still serve God and still love God and still live a holy life and still be set aside. We're separate but not separated, because we're all in this big melting pot. We're all here.
Come on now.
And what is it? We in the they together. But God will do the separating. So while we all growing together,
that's right.
Then let's get with let's find the path to walk therein and do the. I don't care how long you've been doing wrong. It don't matter, folks. Okay, so what? I ain't doing it no more. Get past that. Move on. If you still stuck in what I used to do, that's on you. Then you wasting time. But I ain't studying you myself. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, because I know there's a designated place that I'm supposed to be. There's some place where you're supposed to be that is beyond where you're doing now. This is just the doorway. This is just the opening for where God is actually going to, where you're going to end up at. If you stay on that path, it's going to be beyond it. In the midst of while you're doing it, of course you want to grab, but you see how God switch things around. Now we don't open the door. We got your attention. Now feed them. Now feed them. They eating. Oh, because you start talking about certain conversations, you get all kind of input. I've learned that. I have made lives and went off and was going wild, and I got more feedback. Folks, but I got to now. You see what you just did? Now this is what I want you to do. I want you to take that same energy, get their attention. Once you get their attention, feed them. Feed them me. You done got their attention now. Feed them me. So in all I get some understanding. Feed them me. This is what you need to do. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. Period. Period. Fear him, not be afraid of him, but fear him in reverence and do what I say. Reverence me and do what I say. That's all you need to do. Love as you go, forgive fast, and let's move forward. Hey, you want to come? Come on, let's go. I ain't dressed. Don't worry about what you got on. I'll pick you something on my way. Come on, let's go. Come on, you want to go? Come on, let's go. I'm on my way somewhere. You want to ride me? Come on, let's ride. But I don't worry about that. As you go, as long as I don't change, and they're one way, if I don't change, guess what they're going to end up doing? It's two things that can happen. Either they're going to change me to them, or I'm going to change them to me. It's only two energies. It's going to go left or right. So as long as I maintain who I am, and I am consistent, and I am definitely, confident in who God has, what he has placed in me, who he has made me to be, and I can't change, and as stubborn as I am, you got to come heavy. When I say heavy, honey, I'm talking about heavy. I'm talking about heavy. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring it to change it. You got to bring it to change it. So at the end of the day, hey, let's move forward. You don't got get their attention. You're the conduit. You're going to be the connector to the source. You're going to be the connector to the main source. So God, let me just be if I'm the connector and the plug, if I'm the plug, but the source is in the wall, let me get to the plug. Move all that stuff, move the bed to the side, because they're blocking the plug. Whatever's in the way of getting to the power, you need to move it. That's what it should be. Whatever's in the way of getting to the power, we need to move it. We need to move it. Not of
That's it.
ourselves, because this is not about us. This is not about me. This is not about you. This is not about nobody looking. But it's really about God getting the glory out of every single thing we do. Every laughter, every tear, every aha moment, every moment that somebody, oh, God should get the glory out of that, no matter how it looks. And they can go back and reminisce on certain conversations. Now, I was talking to Rebecca and such and such and such and such and such and such and such, and I just feel so good. Mission accomplished. It ain't about you now. So don't take his glory. Don't take his glory by all means. Don't get in the way of his shine, because you can't outshine him. You just because, don't do that. But hey, be that connector. Be the connector. You connect to me, I connect to you, I connect to somebody else, they connect to somebody, and for you know it. So it's a worldwide connection going on, and everybody plugging in. Everybody plugging in, and everybody getting illuminated and vibrated, and all this kind of newness that's going on. They're trying to figure out what is going on. Honey, baby, you hook up.
All the way hooked.
Woo! You hook up. You hook. You hook. You can't help yourself. That same desire that I had one time when I felt like oh God, I can't control myself. Now I can't control myself. I can't control myself to know that I don't want to lay down. I don't want to lay down and not wake up in God. What a prayer is. If I should die before I wake, I pray to you, Lord, my soul to please take or to keep into heaven for Christ's sake, our Lord. That's the prayer I was taught. If I die before I wake, Lord, take me. You take me. Let me wake up in your glory. Let me wake up in your presence. In the event that I die before I wake, because we lay down, we don't know if we're going to get up. We take a chance every night. My former pastor painted a picture, and that picture's so clear to me now. It's like you got mercy and grace on both sides of your bed. That take a stance every night. Every night that we lay down, they stand in attention, covering us while we sleep. While we have no idea the enemy and demons that are lurking, trying to kill us. Especially when you got purpose. Especially when you got purpose. Okay. You are a target. I tell my sons all the time, I say, boy, you a target. That's why things are so hard. Because the way of a transgressor is hard. If you didn't know no better, it would be easy. You wouldn't even be fazed about what's going on in your life. But you so bent over. They said, baby, when you get in line. Oh my God, when you get in line. And I say that for me too. When I get in line, it's gonna be like bam, 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 bam. It's gonna start happening back to back. Back to back. It's gonna happen so fast. I'm gonna be scared. Wait a minute. Am I finna die? If I'm gonna die? What's going on? But you hold your own blessings up. You hold it up. Do what God say do. I ain't got to do it like you. I don't got to do it like you. I don't have to look like you to be used. That's the beauty of diversity. That's the beauty of having so many different things that God can use who he chooses. You know what I'm saying? I feel like God can take the biggest prostitute and can become the greatest evangelist of all time. And cause most souls to come into God than a woman who been in church 89 years of her life and ain't drawing nobody but two. Huh?
That's true.
What is you living for? Is your living in vain? But it's consistency. Be consistent. If you're gonna do it, let's do it. If we ain't gonna do it, leave it alone. We ain't got to play. We ain't got time to play with it no more. We ain't got time to play with it no more. We ain't got time to play with it no more. What I was eating?
Yeah, what you eating?
Nothing. I'm just looking at sauce. But I got my egg. But girl, God is good.
Ain't it? What you gonna say?
Huh? Oh, I see that same.
So you got people on here waiting for you to sing, girl. What you talking about?
Okay. Let me see. I don't know this song like that.
Then we got a couple of gifts to give away.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you deliver will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hands? Did you know your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? Oh, 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 Mary, did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know your baby boy? Did you know your baby boy? Did you know that your baby boy and is the great I am? And it was heaven. He was heaven's perfect lamb. Mary, did you know?
Now,
Woo! Almost made me cry.
I planned that song tonight, and I promise you, for a week, I've been saying, Lord, I hope she sang Mary, Did You Know? I needed to hear that song. I did not tell you I wanted you to sing. I promise you.
I didn't know what to sing. You know, you know a million songs, and then when time to sing, you don't know none. And I thought, I'm like, I was reading the lyrics, and I don't know the lyrics, and I know the song, but it's just certain song part of the song that I'm not real from, because I don't sing it like that. But took a stab at that.
Now,
Mary, did you know?
I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that song. That was for me.
To God be the glory. To God be the glory.
For a whole week, like, okay, Lord, I hope she sings Mary, Did You Know? I didn't even know if you knew that song, but I was just like, I want her to sing Mary, Did You Know?
I started calling me like, what do you want me to sing? What I need to sing? What kind of song I need to sing? What kind of Christmas song? That's a song you can sing year round right there. You try to figure, Mary, did you have any idea what you was giving birth to? And that's why lyrics mean everything to me. I listen to a beat, but when I start reading the lyrics, it got to make sense to me. It got to make sense. It has
KK.
to tell a story. So I just, I thought that was fitting. Hope I did okay.
KK. Man.
I hope I did okay.
Oh, I needed that. I needed that. That was good. That was good.
Thank you, sis.
All right. We gonna wear a couple of gifts. I got a set of beaded bracelets.
Oh.
Designed by my Sabretta. Okay, what we gonna do, Ron? I don't know how we gonna give this away.
Look at Sabrina getting on here. Ain't no way I'm just not getting on this and miss most of it. Girl, you miss it, Sabrina. Girl, you miss it. Tell her, Brett.
You did, Sabrina. Sabrina, where
You're gonna have to go back and watch it.
The show, it started at 7, but Sabrina, you would have enjoyed it too. This was a good one.
Girl, Brina. Girl, we've been talking about grown stuff. Grown beneficial stuff, nothing ratchet, nothing like that. But yeah, stuff like that. But nothing like that, but stuff like that. Yeah. Stuff that's needed, stuff that people don't talk about in a positive light, You got to go back and hit. Right. You got to go back and review it.
How we give away? Okay. I guess pick a number.
Oh, I can be in the gift getting too.
No, you can't.
Oh. Oh, and no, Vet. Oh.
Vet just got covered. Vet just covered on too. Okay, so the first person, I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 10. I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 10. Okay? And the person that posted the comment is going to win the gift. Rhonda doesn't know the number. Nobody knows the number. It's a number. Buddha, can you please get y'all? I know you can my grandbaby. Please pick a number between 1 and 10. Post it in the comments, and you will win. The first gift is a set of by my niece Sabretta. Okay, I see number 6. I'm gonna let a couple more post numbers, and y'all know who wins, who picks the right number. Lord, Sabrina, Sabrina picking all of the numbers.
No, she didn't let me.
Rhonda, if you don't.
It got to be one of them. It got to be one of them. It got to be one of them. Okay, so you got 6, you got 4, you got 8.
I actually got a winner. It was number 5, and Paula guessed it. It was number 5. Paula got it. Excuse me. Paula won the. Congratulations, Paula. Number 5 was the number I had in my mind. So you won the set of beaded bracelet.
Brina, she done got it.
Funny.
Brina,
it is not.
Brina, she done got it.
She's still posting numbers.
Brina, when you cooking again?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got off topic. I'm gonna ask the Brina when she's cooking because I like to eat. I'm trying to lose weight, and it just ain't. I'm not starving myself.
Really, Rhonda?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I got another set of beaded bracelets. that I'm going to give away. Caller, gas, wonderful.
Congrats,
So
Carla.
congratulations. Sabretta, reach out to you and get you your bracelets. So we got that.
I know.
Carla, I know you're a Cowboys fan. So we already know with that. Okay. The next set of bracelets, I was going to okay, this is what I was going to do. I was either going to give away one of Richard Boone's CDs, but I think most of you all here already know that. What? What?
I want to.
But I think most of you on here already have his CD. Okay, so let's do another set of beaded bracelets designed by Sabretta. Okay.
But I need some beads.
You pick this contest.
Okay.
You pick this contest so we can pick a winner for this other set of beaded bracelets.
I got it. When was Jesus born? The lad. I'm just playing. Okay. Y'all, I was singing that song just now, and that's an old song my uncle used to sing. And how about my daddy heard me singing? I hear him in the room not singing it. That blesses my heart.
Singing it.
My daddy can sing a little bit. He got a good tune.
Oh, I can do it.
He got a good tune.
Okay.
Let me fit the game. God, you know.
We got another set of beaded bracelets designed by Sabretta that we're going to give away. The second set.
I don't know no. I don't know no game because see I don't play none. Hey. See, I don't play no games, so I don't know no games. They be playing no games. You know what I'm saying? What is the name of Rebecca's? I mean, this is an easy one, but first person get it. Rebecca's talk show.
Yeah. That's a good one. What's the name?
What is the name of Rebecca's talk show?
First person who put it in the
first person answers.
Caller, you cannot participate.
Caller, you can't participate. You are the one.
So,
what is the name of Rebecca's talk show? Yolanda said WarriorShe. I mean, the answer is behind you.
Right there. Okay, my niece, Yolanda got it. You can do a contest for free from me. This spot food and KK, please get her. And catering, I can't make it until after Christmas. Y'all, okay.
I can do a contest for free cake. Ooh.
Lamb, inbox Sabrina your address so she can get your set of bracelets shipped out to you this weekend.
If you're gonna do the contest, Sabrina, I want to play. I want to play that now because I want a cake.
Sabrina wants to give away a free cake. Y'all, let me tell y'all something.
Listen,
this girl can cook.
Yes, she can.
Can
and
I
she
be
clean.
in the contest?
And she clean. No, you can't be in no contest. No.
I can't be in it?
I'm a guest. You the host. You can't be in it.
Well, Sabrina, can I get a cake? Y'all, let me tell you. If y'all have never any of her food. It's called The Spot.
The
The
Spot.
Spot Food and Catering. Listen, this girl is no joke. Her food, and the way she presents her food, the way she has it laid out, and it's just immaculate, and her food looks clean. I don't know about y'all, but that matters to me. Her food is off the chain. I am
She
working
crazy.
on,
Listen,
and
she crazy, but she about her business.
she bought her business for real, for real.
And I love her.
She's
I love that
really
girl.
about her I love her for real, for real. Seriously, she good people's business. She can cook, y'all.
Yes, I can.
Wait, oh my God! So, Rena wants to give away cake. She said that you will not be able to get the cake until after
Christmas.
Christmas. So whoever wins, understand that the cake is not going to be ready for you all until after. Because we got to remember Christmas is only 3 days. Okay? So that's mine.
Christmas Friday.
So we got to give away this cake.
Let me see.
You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this call. Sabrina, I want you to give that cake to Rhonda. Rhonda, and that can be her. Let her win that cake.
Hey.
That cake for Rhonda. But it would be kind of nice if one of y'all nice cake something. I mean,
It'll be a banana put. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Sabrina, I'm really feeling some kind of cake. I'm gonna need you to make one of the banana pudding cakes and ship to me. Now, seriously, I'm gonna need you to stop playing.
Bree, you say I can't get it after Christmas?
But you know it's gonna be worth the wait, honey. That cake gonna be good. She need to be nice and make her auntie one of them banana ship it to
I'm gonna let y'all work that out.
y'all.
Okay. Brittany, just let me
enjoyed
know when I need to pick it up.
I enjoyed tonight. This conversation
Thoroughly.
was encouraging to me, and I believe that it helped some other people that was on here tonight. I really, really, I appreciate all of y'all. But Pastor Sonia and Karen Johnson, let me tell you something. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all feedback, hanging out with us, and listen, we're gonna get this Christmas, probably after the new year. I'm gonna set up the Zoom show and have some grown folk talk. Who knows? I might decide to come back on my live, do a show on one of my lives.
Okay.
And let's talk, have some more grown folk talk. Because people need to know, especially these young folk. But folk out there, we need to, you know, what we're feeling, what we're going through, and desires is not unusual. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. When we got saved and the desires didn't stop, that's called how God created it.
But he'll clean you up. Hallelujah. Jesus.
Want to do it?
God will change
But I
you.
enjoy it. No doubt about it.
I'll tell anybody, I am not. If I can meet you, I'll get to something next week. Okay, that'll work. Just let me know when.
Yeah.
I'll tell anybody quick. I ain't what I could have been. But I'm not what I used to be either.
No doubt about it.
And I still got work to do.
If y'all don't mind, share the video.
Share, share,
Tag
share.
it. Share it, share it, share it. There's some people I need to conversation. Um, Congratulations, Carl Lamb, on winning y'all beaded bracelet sets. And Miss Rhonda, my sister, my friend, congrats on your banana. I think I'm jealous now because I can actually taste that banana pudding cake. Thank you, sis. We're gonna have to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I had a look.
she can take it when I get home. That's why I love that girl. That's why I love her. She gonna hook her sister up when I get to come down south with the
Sounds
banana
good.
pudding cake.
Sounds good.
That's right. Thank you, sis.
All right. Love you guys. Love you, hon.
Love you too, man. I'm gonna call you when I get off.
Bet.
Huh?
I said bet.
What? Oh, okay.
That mean cool. I mean okay. Like okay.
I thought you were saying Beck, calling my name Beck. So silly.
Call me, girl. Call me, girl. Bye, y'all.
She's so silly. She is so silly. Guys, listen, thank y'all for hanging out with us. I know it's been about an hour, 45 minutes or so. But y'all know I enjoy y'all every time. Tonight, the conversation wasn't planned, but it was needed. God had a plan. He shifted. We went with it. Love you too, Brina. You welcome, Lammy Pooh. Auntie loves you. Pastor Sonia, Thomasina, Carla, Bretta, Lamb. I'm just calling some names that I see, y'all. And then all of you that were on here tonight, we say thank you for hanging out with us. Listen, let's smile. We coming up on the end of the year. And in spite of what we've seen and gone through this year, God is still good. And he's still being God and doing what he does in the midst of all of the chaos and this pandemic. God is still good. Share the video. Check out my YouTube channel, WarriorShe Room. Oh, y'all, don't forget, I got a YouTube, my page, WarriorShe page. So check it out, like it, follow it. But y'all, thank you. Um, I had fun tonight. I needed this for me. I really needed this for me. We're coming back Tuesday night. Um, got a friend coming back. We're going to celebrate again Tuesday night. Um, I'm bringing him back. We had a whole lot of technical difficulties last Tuesday night. So he's going to come back, Dion, with me on Tuesday, hang with me and see if we can get through that thing and just celebrate him, celebrate the new year, the holiday, and just do this thing all over again and enjoy one another. I love y'all. I appreciate all of you. You might see me again before Christmas, but if not, have a safe, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas. I love you guys. So until next Tuesday, tell somebody who can tell somebody who will tell somebody. Next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Let's talk. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Mwah. I love y'all. Good night.